Hello everybody, welcome back to Chef Plays, and today we're just going to be going over my top 10 video games of all time. Of course, as usual, you don't have to agree. Today was going to be Resident Evil, like yesterday's video said, but I accidentally deleted it, and that was a deep inhale of regret and upsetness. Number 10, Twilight Princess. I played it on both the Wii and the GameCube. It's such a good game. I would give anything. It's one of those games where I would give anything to play it again for the first time, because I played it when I was super little. Unfortunately, the only copy I have is one I actually found at a Goodwill for the Wii, and it didn't work when I bought it, and it doesn't work now, unfortunately. I gotta get it again. It's just a classic, you know? It's a really good, solid Zelda game. It's one of my favorites. And, yeah, on to the next one. Number 9. Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy. Now, this is one you've heard me talk about before if you've been on the channel for a while. It's one of my first, like, RPG games I ever played. And it's, even today, I've gone back and replayed it on the Switch a dozen times. It's just so solid and so unique in its story and its characters. And obviously, it's got real characters in it, like Imhotep and Ra. But it's so cool. I've never played another game like it. It just, I mean, it reminds me of Zelda somewhat, but like for the most part, it really is its own game. That crunching in the background is Halo eating. Sorry about that. Number 8, Left 4 Dead 2. Everyone knows Left 4 Dead, and if you haven't played it, you've at least heard of it. It's a classic. Like, I'm probably going to say that for a lot of these, but it is good. Like, I got it recently. Doesn't look as pretty as I remember. I remember it looking awesome when I first played it when I was a kid, when it first came out. But man, it holds up well. It plays pretty smooth, but it's not the best. Like, looking, still plays fine though. Number 7, Sonic Frontiers. When I got this game, I didn't know what to expect, but after about 15 hours, I was like, this is the best Sonic game I've ever played. Time was just melting, especially when I was fishing in that game. Something about the fishing is so addicting in that game. Like, oh man, that's a game I still haven't beaten, because I like to run around and look at the world, even if I'm redoing puzzles and stuff. That game was super fun. Number 6, Dragon Ball Budokai 3. The first time I played this game, it blew me away, because I grew up on 1, 2, and sagas. So this was just a whole new ballpark. Like the teleporting, the quick time, like the having to know what your opponent is doing. It was insane. Like, I remember playing it with a buddy and just playing for hours to unlock everyone and do everything. And it was such a good time. I still play it today. Like, I'll hop on the PS3 on the HD collection and just do a couple fights, just because it still holds up really well. Number 5, BioShock. This game was one of the first PS3 games I played, and it left such an impression. Sorry, I'm looking out the window. It left such an impression that, like, I follow all the lore on it, like, to this day. I mean, you guys probably know that from the BioShock video I posted earlier this week. And, oh man, that's another one of those games I would love to just play for the first time again. Just because it's, like Sphinx, it is such a unique world. Like, it's not something that had really been done before, besides, like, if you think Atlantis, sure. But other than that, it was really its own thing. Number 4, Elden Ring. I knew I wanted this one on the list, because keep in mind, none of these are bad games. They are in an order that they are for a reason, but I've played hundreds of games. So in the top 10, it's not bad. I loved Elden Ring. It took me 182 hours to beat it the first time. Like, no. That's how much time I have on it now. It took me 90 hours to beat it the first time, because of the fire giant. I was stuck on that thing for like 6 days. Like almost a full week, because it was just so hard, but I wanted to keep going at it and leveling up until I got it, and eventually I did. And now each playthrough, he's still tough, but I know enough tricks and things about the game where he's really like nothing. So yeah, on to the top 3 now. Number 3, The Last of Us, the first one specifically. I love the second one. I know a lot of people don't. I do love the second one, but I just think the first one is better. And that's just my opinion again. But like, I've played that game on like every difficulty. I never platinumed it, but I did put in like insane amount of time into it. And I even went back and beat it right before the show came out. And it only took me like a day. Like, it's a game I could always go back to and rebeat when I'm bored of everything else I have. And I have. And I will continue to do that because it's so fun. Number 2, God of War Ragnarok. Because this list was only one per series, I knew I wanted a God of War game in here. And this one was tough because right before Ragnarok came out, I went and beat 1 through 3, Chains of Olympus, Ghost of Sparta, Ascension, 3 remastered for some reason, and 2018. And then playing this one, and it closes off the Norse story so well, and all the characters are so developed. Kratos himself has developed as a character so much by this point in his story. It's really nice to see, and yeah, I can't wait to see what they do next. I can't wait for New Game Plus either, because I know I'm going to play it to dust when it happens. Number 1, Resident Evil 4. This is my all-time favorite game. If you're watching the channel and you're watching those, I am getting my butt whooped because I played through the first half of the game so smoothly that game has a dynamic difficulty, which means the better you play, the harder the game gets. And I haven't died yet, and I've been super accurate. I've game-ended every enemy that I've come across, so it's making me pay the price for that, but it will always be one of my favorites. I'm so pumped for the remake. Like, I've had it pre-ordered for like 2 months now. I'm super excited for it. Like, I cannot wait. That's another game I was debating playing on the channel, but I really want to take it all in when it comes out. Like, oh man, I am so excited for it. Like, I can't even put it into words. The only thing I haven't done in RE4 is get the Mercenaries Magnum that you get, because I'm so bad at Mercenaries. It's upsetting. Like, I can't do it to save my life. I'm just really bad at it, and I've tried so many times, but I will never be good at it, and that's something I kind of have to accept. So, yeah, this is my top 10 game list. Of course, you don't have to agree. You could straight up disagree and think the whole list is bogus. But, you know, if that's how you're feeling, just let me know in the comments what you think and what you agreed with, what you didn't. If there's anything you would have switched in this, let me know. Also, I hope you enjoyed. Hope you're having a good day. If you're watching early on, have a good rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one. And that might be a podcast. It will be a podcast. Me and Seth talked about it already. So, see ya!